So you did it. You got yourself a YouTube channel. Now you want to know, how in the world do I get people to subscribe to me? Stay tuned. Hey, what's up guys? Thanks again for joining me. This is Jason with Jadren Aquatics. Glad you guys could join me on this one. This time we're going to do a little bit of something different. This is a question I've been asked many times. It all has to do with, how do I get more subscribers for my channel? So if you are watching this right now and you don't have a channel and this doesn't interest you, I apologize. But I figured I'd finally make a video about this for all these people that have been asking. Or maybe you don't have a channel, but you'd like to make one. You should. If you have fish, create a channel, put some stuff out there. Let other people see it. Join the community. I didn't know I was going to use this as a public service announcement, but there you go. Sign yourself up for a YouTube channel and then watch this and learn how to grow it. So a lot of things I'm going to be talking about here today are things pretty much that I've just figured out as I've gone along. Do not take any of this as being the perfect truth, because these are simply the things that I've learned as I've been doing this. Now this mainly has to do with the growth of your channel, probably from 1 subscriber to, let's say, 500. Things kind of begin to change a little bit after the 500 mark, but pretty much from 1 to 500 is what we're going to kind of focus on. So what do you do? What in the world do you do to get subscribers? Well, the first thing that I learned, that there typically is very little organic growth. So you ask, Jason, what is organic growth? Organic growth means you create a video, you put it out there, and you do nothing. You sit there and sit back and wait for people to find your video through either suggested videos or through the search engine. There is almost no organic growth whatsoever. When you get up around about 500 subscribers, you might get 1 subscriber a day that'll subscribe to you. Now granted, I'm just kind of using generalized terms. Now this isn't necessarily what this means for every single person that's out there. A lot of it, once you get up there, is going to have to do with video quality and sound quality and other things of that nature. But still, even having better video or better audio, you may get 2 a day instead of 1 a day. So how do you get subscribers then if organic growth, sitting there doing nothing, is very little? Well, the first thing you need to do, you need to be commenting on other videos. On other videos that have to do with whatever your niche is. So since I'm mainly talking about fish, you need to be commenting on other people's fish videos. Now you can obviously spend a little bit of time as you're watching some of the bigger guys, the Aquarium Co-ops, the King of DIY, Bob Steenfot Aquatics, some of those. Comment on those. You'll get occasional subscribers that'll come off there. Spend some time in their live streams, commenting and talking in their live streams and becoming a part of the community. That's really a fast way to grow your channel. As you begin to get to know people and converse with them back and forth in the live streams, you'll begin to get more people that'll be subscribing to your channel that way. But the one that I found is the key is finding the smaller niche type YouTube sites, again, that have to deal with your niche. So for instance, let's do this. Let's pick a term that's common. Okay, so let's talk guppies. Okay, so let's go into YouTube and let's do a search. We're gonna do a search for guppy and then the word fish. The reason you want to put the word fish after it, because if you just search for guppy, you're gonna get that kid show for the first 5,000 searches that come across, and that's not what you're looking for. So put guppy and then put fish. You're not done yet, because when that pulls up, that's going to give you listings forever. So you'll have some in there that are 5, 7, 10 years old that are in there. But you want to find people that have been doing this lately, people that are active. So you want to click up there on the filter. And when you click on the filter, you want to change the date that you're searching. You want to search for ones that have, let's say, since you're starting this right now, that have posted in the last month. So click on that, and now it's going to give you the listing of all of the terms that have the word guppy fish in it that have searched for the last month. Now go through each one of those, and then what I like to do is I like to take each one of those videos and I like to right click on them and open them in a new window. If I see that it's from a site that I know I've already subscribed to, then I'll just skip it. So I'll open about 10 or 15 of them into other windows, and then I'll start with the closest one in the closest window. I'll click on it, and then I'll sit there and watch the video, or at least watch some of the video. And then you want to comment on the video. But listen to when I say this. When you comment on the video, please comment about something that happened in the video. Don't just use normal terms like great video or love the video. They need to see that you at least watch some of the video and that at least you know something about what's going on. So watch a little bit of it until you can come up with some type of comment. Like if it was about something to do with a certain guppy, say, man, I love the way your guppies look. Hey, what strain of guppies is that? Or love the way your guppies look. What size tank is that? Or what type of filtration are you using? You want to ask, first of all, you want to give a positive statement, and then you want to ask a question. Because when you ask a question, then you get some communication back and forth. And that person feels like, again, that you care about the content that they're putting out. So that's a key thing that you want to do, is to ask a question. And when they respond to that question, you need to respond back to them after that. So you can begin having a conversation. And every time that you move into one of those next steps, the chances of that person then subscribing back to you grows. But don't put in your comments, hey, I subscribe to you. Can you please check me out and subscribe to me? Don't do that. Let people make their own decision to go check out your site. So at the very end of the comment that you leave, just say new subscriber or just subbed. Something like that, just to allow them to know that you just subscribed to their channel. Nothing more. Don't beg, don't plead. Just say new sub or just subbed. And so as you go through each one of these videos, when you first start doing this, there is going to be a lot because you haven't hardly subscribed to anyone. So it's going to take you a while to go all the way through that entire list for all those that have posted within the last month. And then if you get through all of those, then move on to another term like neon tetra or angelfish or something like that, plecostomus, some other term, and then continue to do that same thing. Just remember that there is a limit. I think you can only subscribe to 75 channels a day, but it's going to take you a while to watch some of 75 videos to be able to comment on them. But if you do that, I promise you, you will have fast growth. If you did 75 a day, I would say that you would probably gain 20 subscribers a day if you did 75 every day, if not more than that. You'll be very surprised at how quickly that you'll pick up subscribers. Okay, let's talk about other things to be successful. So the icon that you have that shows up beside your name, be sure that that's something other than just a letter, because typically when someone sees one of those and it's just a letter, they think that you don't even have a channel. The best thing that you can do is to have a picture of your face on there. That draws people in better. So if you can, take a picture of your face. If not, create some kind of logo that has something in it that has to do with whatever your channel is about. Something that's recognizable so that they know that you have that type of channel. Okay, so at first, how important is your video quality and your audio quality? At first, it's not that big of a deal. If you have a smartphone, then you're going to be able to get good enough quality off your videos so that they look good. But be sure that you have some decent lighting. If you have to get a lamp and put it there kind of close to you so that it kind of shines on you and creates a little bit more light, do that so it kind of lights you up a little bit. Now audio to me is bigger than video. I want to be able to hear you. I want to be able to hear the things that you're saying. And if you're taking video around an aquarium, your voice is having to compete with all the bubbling or the overflow or whatever noise that is creating. So you can get on Amazon and you can buy a lapel mic for less than $20. Now be sure if you buy one of these lapel mics, you're buying one of them that fits into whatever camera that you're using, whether it's your phone or it's a camera that you've bought. So The camera that I use whenever I'm shooting inside of this room is just a simple Panasonic hand camcorder that I bought off of Craigslist for $100. It shoots in 1080, so it does a fantastic job. Now I have a much nicer camera that I use whenever I'm shooting the fish downstairs, but this one works perfect. This camera allows me to leave this thing set up on a tripod all the time, so it's easy for me to come in here and set up the video and set up the shoot really quickly without having to worry. I have some DIY lights that I have set up, so that makes that very easy. Okay, so next let's talk about your thumbnails. YouTube will automatically create a certain thumbnail for you if you want, and those work okay, but they're never as good as what they could be. So maybe your next step is to create your own thumbnails. So let's say you don't have Photoshop, you don't have any way to create them. Do this, go to postermywall.com. If you go to postermywall.com, you can create your own images for free. And once you create them, you can download them. They won't be really high resolution, but they'll be good enough for a thumbnail. That way you can have really nice fonts, really nice colors. You can find some really cool backgrounds on Google and bring them in there so that you have bright, vibrant backgrounds that draw people's attention. Again, these are the things that you want to do just to get started. Okay, so now let's talk about your keywords and your description. How important are these when you're first getting started, when you're getting that first 500 subscribers? I don't think they're very important at all. I have seen very little that comes out of them. I pay a lot of attention to my analytics, so I see where people are coming from. And I get very few people that come off of searches. So your searches are based upon your keywords that you use. Now what you should do is you need to download TubeBuddy. That's TubeBuddy.com. I'll link that down below. TubeBuddy allows you to see a lot of different stats, and it helps you with creating keywords. And it also will allow you to see what your growth is. Or you can also take your growth and compare it to another site. Or you can go to another person's channel and you can see how well they're growing, so you can kind of get an idea of how a channel their size, how well it grows. And it's something that you won't necessarily need it a lot at first. It just kind of gives you some information, but you'll need it more and more as you begin to grow. So your keywords don't make a tremendous amount of difference. Let me give you an example of why I say that. I won't mention the channel, but there's a channel out there that has over 10,000 subscribers. And lately they had a video that came out that hit 60, 70, 80,000. I don't know how many views it actually hit on it. But if you go to that video and you look at the keywords and you see what the rankings for those keywords are, there are no rankings whatsoever on any of their keywords except for the name of their channel. That's it. There's no rankings. So that means that that video is getting almost no people from search terms. So you ask, if they're getting no one from YouTube search terms, where are all those people coming from? I can almost guarantee that those people are coming from related videos. You know how when you're watching a video and you see all these videos over here on the side to choose from? That's where those people are coming from. So most likely that video ended up beside maybe one of Joey's from King of DIY or Aquarium Co-op. Maybe it ended up as the first, second, or third video that came off of theirs. So you've got King of DIY, you got 500,000 views on a video, and then they see that video as one of the first, second, or third ones. There's a pretty good chance that maybe only 20% of the people will click on that video. Well, that's 100,000 views right there just from that. So most likely they ended up in that related video section. So that begs the question, how in the world do you end up in that related video section? That one I don't know yet. That one I don't understand. I've watched a lot of videos trying to understand exactly what it is. Apparently YouTube's main priority they want to see is amount of time watched on a video. That's the number they like to see. So with the more time watched, I think that begins to put you into their logarithm, and then it gets you higher and higher, and you begin to be shown on some of these other suggested videos. I've never ended up very high on any of those. I've never had a video that's right at this point. I don't think I have any videos that have been shown over, I don't know, about 1,500 times. So I've never hit one of those before. So I don't really know exactly how in the world that you get on that list. Okay, so let's recap. Don't be so concerned about your keywords right now. Don't be too terribly concerned about your thumbnail. Don't be too terribly concerned about your video quality. Be a little concerned about your sound quality. People want to be able to hear you. But the main thing that you want to do to grow is you want to reach out to other people that are in the community. I mean the YouTube community. And again, find channels that are within the same niche as yours and begin to comment on them. That's the fastest way that I've found to grow your channel quickly at first. I hope you guys have got something out of this craziness. I hope I've been able to explain a few things that might help you grow your channel a little faster. If you guys got any questions or comments, be sure and leave them down below. Thanks again, guys, for stopping by, and God bless.